Now, bit detail into each phylum. Okay, I'll not go much detail, little bit. First is Porifera. As the name tells, body is covered with pores. So they look like sponges, the sponges which we use, the sponge. Okay, so like this, so it is called as Porifera, or commonly called as, they are commonly called as sponges. Aquatic, they are found in water, aquatic. Most of them are marine. Marine means found in sea water. Very few of the members are found in fresh water. Then they are attached to rock. Body is attached to rock or any substratum that is available in the water. They are not movable. They just gets attached, and throughout their life they remain like that only. So for many years even scientists believed them as plant because they look like plant in the water. They cannot move. That is one thing. Then they exhibit cellular level of organization. Already I told you what is cellular level of organization. Though many cells are there, cell never combine to form tissue. Cellular level of organization. Now if we take one example of sponges, there are many examples, Icon, Escon and many. So I'll take one example. It looks somewhat like this. It is attached to the substratum. Here is one opening. This bigger opening is called as osculum. It's called as osculum, and throughout the body there will be pores. Since there are pores throughout the body, the name Porifera, again I am telling. And these pores are called as ostia. Ostia. And inside there is one cavity called as spongocyl or spongocyl. Spongocyl or spongocyl is the cavity. Now they are dipped in water. Definitely a question arises. When they cannot move from one place to another place, how do they get their food? Because plants cannot move from one place to another place. Now if you ask how plants get their food, because plants can carry out photosynthesis, they cannot carry out photosynthesis because they are animals. Now how do they get food? See, they are dipped in water. They have one special system called as water canal system. Water canal system. What is that water canal system? Water enters into the body of sponges through this ostia. I told you body has many openings. So water enters into the cavity spongocyl through this ostia and come out through this osculum. From here it comes out and water circulates. During this process, small food particles enter into their body. The waste are thrown in the water, inside only it goes out of the body. Then for respiration, the exchange of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide by general body surface by diffusion. Even in the same way they release gametes also. Okay, which come in contact with another sponges through water itself and they carry out sexual mode of reproduction. Thus, water canal system help them in all the physiological activities. So this much you should know in Porifera for time being. Next, second one is Coelenterata. Coelenterata, you can give many examples: hydra, jellyfish, then sea anemone, corals. You are familiar with corals. They are used in the preparation of jewelry items. Corals, red color one, corals. So all this. All these are example for Coelenterata. Again same thing, they are found in water, aquatic, most of them are marine, few are freshwater, aquatic. Then they can move from one place to another place. They can move from one place to another place. I'll draw the diagram of Hydra. Now this is Hydra. These are their tentacles. These are called as tentacles. I'll take one tentacle. This is called as tentacle. Just like our arms, as in case of octopus, they have tentacles. Now they have one cavity here. This cavity itself is called as coelenteron. This cavity is called as coelenteron. So the name Coelenterata, and it is commonly called as gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity. Gastro refers to digestive system, vascular refers to circulatory system. So they act as both in them. Okay, because they are very undeveloped organisms. So that is the gastrovascular system. Here one opening, mouth, there will be one opening which acts both as mouth and the anus. The food will get into this, will get digested, will distribute it to all the body parts, the digested food, undigested food is thrown out. Now I want to tell you the importance of these tentacles. These tentacles are with stinging cells. Stinging cells called as cnidoblast. Called as cnidoblast. That's why Coelenterata are also called as Cnidaria. Cnidaria. Due to the presence of cnidoblast, and that stinging cell is also called as nematocyst. Nematocyst, which is present here. How they are helpful to them? It is the nematocyst or stinging cells are helpful to them in two ways. One, to sting, so that they can paralyze their prey and they can eat them. One thing. Second one, it is for defense. If any other organism attacks on them, they just kill them or just paralyze them with the help of this. So this is the important properties that you have to remember in case of Coelenterata. Now I will move on to third one, Ctenophora. Its property is somewhat similar to Coelenterata. And the Ctenophora, they are again aquatic, exclusively in sea water, marine, no freshwater form. They are aquatic. Then they are commonly called as comb jellies. They are commonly called as comb jellies. Why? Because their body is like jelly. Okay, and here and there you will find comb plates. Comb, you know, which we use to comb our hair. You have seen its teeth. Same such structure will be there. That's why we call them as comb jellies. It is their common name. And very important property of Ctenophora, this you have to remember. They exhibit or they show bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means emission of light by the living organism. We know that glowworm, during night time they come and they just release light. Okay, similarly in ocean they release light. That is called as bioluminescence. Exhibit or the just release of the light from the living organism is called as bioluminescence, and this is seen in case of Ctenophora, and most of the properties of Ctenophora is almost that of Coelenterata. In Ctenophora we have very few examples. They are considered as minor phylum. Okay, minor phylum means we have very few examples. Some consider them under Coelenterata itself, but here we are studying them separately. That is about Ctenophora. So totally we have studied the typical or the important characters of three phylum: Porifera, Coelenterata and Ctenophora.